All right, let me show you what I got going on with my Traxxas Summit real quick here. Got a motor upgrade. This is from East Coast Power Up. It's meant for Power Wheels upgrade. What I had to do to make it work, not much at all. I bought two 50-cent washers, drilled holes. The only reason why I had to do that, I don't have that cover off, but the shaft coming out was only 9 millimeters. It was real stubby. And I emailed the guy to ask him if it would fit in the Summit, and that's what he told me. He said the shaft coming out was 9 millimeters. I told him no big deal, I'll give it a try. So I had to flip the pinion gear around to make it work and space it out this way to make it line up good with the spur gear, which was no big deal. It's easy. Like I said, two 50-cent washers from the hardware store and two 75-cent bolts that I just had to cut to fit with my Dremel, which took like 5 seconds. Drilling took maybe 10 minutes just to line everything up, make sure everything lined up good, and put them on there. I did have to solder wires right there. My old wires, took them off, put them on there, no big deal. I like soldering, so that was pretty easy. Took it out for a test spin night before last, like at midnight, to try it out, and it's definitely got way more pep. The Traxxas Titan 775, I believe, is rated at 1200 kV. This one's rated at 1600 kV. This one is meant for high speed. He even said it's a high speed motor in his description from East Coast Power Up. And it's definitely faster. It's got a lot of pep, a lot of way more bottom end. It gets up and goes. And these aren't very fast to begin with. They only go about 18, 19 miles an hour. I think it may do like 21, 22 now, but it's definitely a noticeable difference. Not a huge jump, but other than that, it's pretty much a stock Summit. I do have Amazon cheapy servo. I did have two of them in there, but one of them is enough. They're not fast, but they are very, very stout, very heavy metal gears. T-Bone Racing bottom skid plate. Techno rear skid plate. It's got, you could kind of see in there, single steering aluminum servo arm. And that's pretty much it. I do want to try to set my phone on it and do some speed runs and see how it does, but the reason why I went with this motor, because it's got bearings, front and rear. Front and rear. That alone, was worth the try to try it out. And I've talked to some guys that have put bearings in the 775 and said they could gear up and it was noticeably faster. The temps were cooler. So I did like 5 or 6 speed runs with it. And like I said, it's definitely faster. I think I temped it after I did like the 5 speed runs. And I think it was like at 108, 109, but that was just pure speed runs. One thing I want to do is I am going to take these washers back out and cut out the area, because there's vent holes in front of this motor. Cut out the areas so because it's got an internal fan, so the air will flow through there to help keep it cool. But I haven't got a chance to run packs through it or anything to see how it'll do. It's just been speed runs. I tried it out the other night. I was amazed what a difference it made. Tried it again and it felt like it was slower. What the heck happened? Well, it's got so much more pep that it loosened up the slipper, so I had to tighten down the slipper, went and drove it. It was great again. But other than that, it's pretty much stock. I did do single. Of course, you can see I did the single servo. I put the Traxxas plate right here, meant for the nitros. I've seen some people put these on. They put them on kind of diagonal to make the holes fit. God, it looks stupid. Just take the time, drill the holes out a little bit bigger. It took me like 2 minutes and drill bits, so it sits in there flush, sits nice and neat. It doesn't look stupid. Sorry, babe, I'm anal with stuff like that. I mean, gosh, just don't be an idiot. Just take the time to do it. It looks much nicer. Don't be lazy. Yeah, same thing. One thing I hate when I see RC videos, people doing this with their RCs. Oh, look at my suspension. God, I freaking hate that. So I figured I'd annoy someone else because I hate it so much. Oh, look at what it does. God, that's so stupid. Did I annoy somebody? I'm sure I did. But anyways, I will update you guys once I do some speed runs on it. I've, by far, a lot of people bag on Traxxas, but by far this is one of the funnest RC trucks I've ever had, was the Summit. Just because it does it all. 2-speed transmission, locking differentials, climbs, goes fast enough to jump okay. Hopefully it goes faster to jump better. I've had the Techno MT410. I've had the Outcast / Notorious. They're cool and everything, but they kind of take the fun out of driving monster trucks because they're too easy to drive, if that makes any sense, for a real monster truck enthusiast. And no, this is not a solid axle monster truck, so it's not a true monster truck, but it's still monster truck. I couldn't get over the plain flat chassis underneath either on the MT410 and the Outcast. They were fast, they were fun, they were durable, but by far this is the funnest truck I've ever owned. The Flux, Savage Flux HP, another beast. Too bad HPI went down. What a great truck. I got rid. The only reason why I got rid of it because there was no part support. Best thing about Traxxas, they're like cockroaches. They're everywhere. Parts are super cheap on chop shops on eBay. They're like Hondas. Yeah, they're everywhere. Thanks, babe. They're absolutely everywhere. But I will keep you guys updated on how this motor does. Once again, East Coast Power Up. Great high quality motor. I'm not sure where they get them from, but like I said, it's meant for Power Wheels. It is a high speed motor, and it's definitely noticeable. I'll see if I can try to put a link in the video, and next time I'll put this cover off there. Like I said, I may try a 15 tooth pinion. Let me see how it runs with the stock 14 tooth. If it stays cool, if it doesn't get hot, especially after I cut that out for the vent holes. See how cool it runs, and I'll try a 15 tooth. But it's, like I said, it's noticeably different. It made it funner, and I don't want to go brushless just because a censored system is so ridiculously expensive. I wanted to keep it brushed just because of the smoothness. I did try out the MXL 6S from Traxxas on 3S, and it was fast on just regular 3S, but it cogged trying to crawl, and that's not what I want. I just want the smoothness of the brushed. I know Kershaw used to make stuff, but they're out of business now. From what I hear, the owner passed away, so they kind of just stopped. Everyone says go DeWalt motor, which they're beast from what I hear. But the DeWalt motors used to be like $20, and from what I heard, you can get those things super hot, and they're rebuildable, and they were great. But you can't find one of those DeWalt 14.4s for like $40 plus like $15 shipping. It's ridiculous. So we'll see how this goes, and I'll keep you guys updated.